It's a beautiful Sunday. Ooh, the 20th. Hope everyone's doing well. Dr. Rob Kiltz live, sharing some thoughts and ideas of improving your fertility. Munek, hello, hello. Meridan, 18, hello. Lolash, hello to all. Vanessa, hello. Thank you for joining me today. It's another beautiful day, and here to answer your questions on this beautiful Father's Day. I'm going to get a chance to go visit my daughter, and always love visiting with my daughter. And we're here to help make more fathers and do the very best we can. Simone, hello. Candace, Samantha, let's see, Samantha Ryder, hello. Perhaps, hello, 5. Sweet Peaches IVF, and Jana, hello. Bione, hello. Happy Father's Day. Thank you. I appreciate all the love that everyone is always sharing. We want to all be better at sharing more love, kindness, acceptance. And the better we do that of ourselves, the better we can help others on this crazy journey of this infertility experience. And whether you're having miscarriages or unable to conceive naturally, or other problems related to fertility, we're here to help and answer your questions. We're really excited about getting our Sarasota office open in the next couple of months. IVF probably later this year. Working with Dr. Verdialis and working to get the office in Atlanta going. Nakali, thank you very much. Good morning. Samantha Kindred, start IVF this week, hopefully we're here to help. I'm here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the OR. I'm actually going down to Sarasota to work on the office down there at the end of the week. So excited about a lot going on there. Let's see. Becky, thank you very much. Happy Father's Day to JD and the fam. So grateful to all of our families, even though we all seem to be stretched in all directions. We need to just at least take the moment to think about joy and a happy Father's Day to everyone, no matter what you're experiencing or suffering through. It's just the nature of our lives. Kara Michelle, hello. Style Hale, hello. I think I get it right. Dr. Fruki is a lot better at pronouncing these than I am. I need to work on it and get better. Christine Bunner Thomas, hello. We look forward to you being in the office. I will be there. All right, 12:30. Just, hey, Dr. Kiltz, can you come help? I'm on a lot of phones on Mondays, but I'm also there to help. Dr. Lutheringer is, I think, in the OR tomorrow, but it's Dr. Condrup, Dr. Corley, and we had Dr. Banerjee last week. Really, really exciting and awesome. Great team members. We're all really working to diversify. We have a lot of different opinions, if you haven't noticed that, on this journey. Dr. Corley does things differently than Kiltz or Chang or Grossman or Ditkoff or Magarelli or Dr. Fink, but we're all hey, Donna, we're all learning to be better. Donna, how you doing? Bel Air House, thank you very much for the shout out. Lisa Turkmani, good morning. Awesome this week. The Family Building Guide, let's see, I do have a copy of it. Hold on. You can go to Amazon and download our Family Building Guide. A lot of really great information there that you might find helpful. You can get it on Amazon, the paper copy, or simply, I think, go to our website and get a digital. I had an interview with Judy Cho a few weeks ago. Really excited about Judy's carnivore cure, which just highlights, I think, that carnivore, like if you're really trying to get rid of everything, that's the way to go. But again, vegans, vegetarians, lots of different ways to do it, but you want to go very narrow in the process. Let's see, Kylie, thank you for that. Happy Father's Day, 16 weeks, awesome. And remember, the things that we share before pregnancy are also good during pregnancy and even beyond that. So you want to really, really keep learning in the process. Florida, April, thank you. It's true that you are opening facility. Yes, we're opening in Sarasota. We're hoping to get it open for monitoring within the next month or two. and then IVF later in the year. Missy, IVF, one failed IVF, 6 failed PGT transfers. What else should we be doing? So again, this is where download or order the Family Building Guide from Amazon. A lot of really great stuff there. I think you'll find it helpful. Kiltz's Keto Lifestyle or The Fertile Feast, our new book out on Amazon also. But this is where maybe looking at the ERP, ERA testing, endometrial biopsy to identify the window. Consider the Receptiva DX diagnostic test for endometriosis and inflammation, and either treat surgically for endo or medically for endo to look for other things that may be going on. And Kiltz's Keto, it to me is a game changer, but it may be the level 4 immune protocol, IVIG and Humira. The level 3 is Neupogen 60 microgram per kilogram to a max of 60 is what I've been using. But things like Plaquenil, Neupogen, Prograf, weekly lipids, I think are also helpful, and higher dose of prednisone. FETs, Natalie, yes, we're working on FETs in Atlanta with Dr. V. So hopefully later this year. I have my transfer scheduled for Tuesday. I've been taking 4 progesterone suppositories and 1 oral tablet twice a day. Chances I will have a high enough progesterone. You should have a high enough progesterone, and we'll recheck it also. Lowest is 10. We like to see it above 20, but that's just because we like the window to be wide enough in the process. Janelle, 3 empty follicles out of 4. Oh my gosh. Dual trigger help, 41 DOR. Janelle Mercerone. That's where I think a combination of Lupron HCG trigger may help in the process. But Lupron only works well. HCG works well, but we're really working to reduce hyperstimulation and the complications from that. But absolutely the immune, and this is where maybe looking at human growth hormone, Neupogen in stimulation. Dr. Corley likes to add the metformin, 500 to 1,500 milligrams. I like that. The inositol, maybe a little metformin and keto. But, this is the frustration with the DOR diagnosis and age. We might get 20 eggs and 10 mature and only 1 embryo because it is not a really, really well known reason why all this is the way it is. Baseline Friday birth control last week for 4 days only, but my line on baseline was already 8.2 and chance of fresh transfer. It's still possible to get a fresh transfer, even with those thicker linings at baseline, by the way. So a lot of it is we look and see what it looks like at the trigger time. If you're a 12 millimeter triple lining, I'd go for it. I think I like to use estrase prometrium, 2 milligrams and 200 milligrams instead of the birth control pill. Maybe start at mid-luteal phase, or even with the cycle before, it can be very helpful also. Let's see, Ayo Banner, hello. Purple Pink Roses, hello. Jordan Krogman, hello. Fertility Friends, always a hello to you too. Heather Marinate, hello. Franco Odion, hello to you. Let's see, Ingriddy, Ingriddy Beltro, hello. Let's make sure we're getting all your questions answered today. Again, it's a beautiful day. I may be off next weekend or do it at 7 o'clock at night. I'm going to be down in Florida, coming home on Sunday. Let's see, Bree, 3 eggs only, 1 PG tested, normal embryo. Should we do another egg retrieval or move on to donor eggs? Listen, I think I've seen 1 egg, 1 sperm, 1 embryo, and 1 transfer get a baby. So it's your call if you want to go on to doing donor eggs or not, but you can always add those on at some point. What do you think of taking ketone shakes? I'm not a big ketone shake person. I recommend the healthiest thing a human being could do is eat 1 meal a day at night. Fat is the fuel for the body, not sugar, not protein, by the way. And by going 1 meal a day, reduce the carbs, reduce the sugars, which are carbs, and reduce the proteins, and only eat 1 meal a day. It's the healthiest thing you can do. But all that other stuff with these these. Anything labeled keto, I don't do it. Audrey Elizabeth, high AMH of 8, started a low protocol 220 after 7 days. Estrogen plateaued. Don't worry about the estrogen. It's about the follicle size. But you can go up on the gonadotropin if they're not growing. I would go from 220 to maybe 300, but I'd leave it at the HCG at 20 for sure. Basically, don't worry about the estrogen either. Just watch the follicles grow. And I personally like to use letrozole. I think it's helpful in that whole process too. Talisha, how you doing? Let's see. Fresh transfer HCG was negative. We plan to move on to frozen. How long after stopping hormones should my cycle roughly start? Cycle usually start anywhere between a few days and a week. If you're not getting a cycle after a week, get a baseline ultrasound and blood work and recheck that HCG. Weird things happen in this business. Ishita Raj, hello, how are you doing? Keto carnivore for a couple of years. My diet includes mostly pasteurized eggs, grass-fed meats, excluded all of vegetables, fruits, and nuts. Me too. I have some lab work, DHEA, sulfate, follicular phase, in luteal phase, folate serum 21. I'm currently taking only vitamin D, and I'm not taking any prenatal vitamins. Question is, do you still recommend me to take? There's more to that, but I'm not seeing it. Let me see if it shows up. Let's see. I'm not sure what. So listen, I think the supplements are okay and good. Make sure you're taking liver and eating the fat, because the fat contains the vitamins that we really need more than anything. And if you haven't had a laparoscopy, hysteroscopy for endo, highly recommend it in all of this. But yeah, looking at these lab tests could be very helpful and guide you. Let's run away. Hello to you. Let's see, Jen Reb, Cleocin. Yes, so you could use the vaginal Cleocin or clindamycin oral. We kind of switched from the vaginal. I do a lot of the antimicrobial, Levaquin, Flagyl. You can use Clinda or Cleocin instead, Valtrex and Diflucan, because remember, we're just a culture dish. The microbiome loves us, and we've got it wrong. I think the glycobiome is far more important than the microbiome in understanding all of this. Hello, Lisa Evans from Florida office. I will be, awesome. We're looking forward to it. We have some really great team members coming. We're going to be looking for embryologists. We're going to be doing some trained and looking for some training. So we're excited about that. Our team members are down there working this next week and beginning to get the office ready. It's Cattleman Lane, right next to Doctor's Hospital. So really excited. How many embryos can you transfer when you're 34? Tara Van Tassel, 1, maybe 2. I'm not going to say no to 2, but 1 is generally the number. Was mine? Let's see. I was told IVF was mine and my husband only option in the clinic I went to once. 23,000 without a good explanation other than I could have something blocked or sperm egg having a hard time. Logs 101. I don't understand what the 23,000 is, but but at CMI Fertility, we've worked diligently for years to provide more affordable IVF for everyone, payment plans. We're really working to continue to maintain our lower prices. There may be a slight bump coming up towards the end of the year with inflation, a lot of other things going on. But we're going to continue our payment plans for everyone and really help as much as we can. 1 follicle 12 at baseline is the only kind of, let's see, is 1 follicle only kind of the normal for baseline, only got 1 at baseline and nothing else. That's okay. I've seen only 1 at baseline, but you have to start a stem. The baseline is just to say, hey, what does it look like? Although some people are looking for having more at baseline, but it's nice if we see it, but if we only have 1, a lot of times you can't see what's going to grow from there. That's why we have to be patient in the process. All right. Let's prednisone, Becked 80. Basically, inflammation is the cause of all disease. How do you reduce inflammation? Kiltz keto lifestyle, fasting, 1 meal a day, high fat, low to no carbs, low dose naltrexone, CBD. In some cases, some people can't. And steroid is one of the sort of the most abundant ways to reduce inflammation in our bodies that may help with implantation. Steroids, antibiotic, antifungal, antiviral. This is where the anti-endo comes in also. Hydrosealed fallopian tubes with diet or medically without surgery. Tamin Alige. It's possible. This is where I think acupuncture, massage, meditation, visualization, prayer or meditation, whichever one, if you think they're different. I think ultimately they're very similar, is focus on healing. The body heals, so it's not impossible. We just don't, it's the body heals cancers and all sorts of diseases. So the most important thing is don't give up on the process. Monica Superville, 3 FETs, all early miscarriages on 20 days post 5-day, taking Lovenox boosters, PIO, estrace. What am I doing wrong? Well, you're not doing anything wrong. We just haven't found the right formula yet. So the right formula, again, download the Family Building Guide. We're going to be adding Sarasota, Dr. Condra, lots of additions coming. But download this from Amazon. It has a lot of good stuff. Level 3 or 4. This is where Neupogen, higher dose prednisone, Lovenox higher dose, the IVIG Humira, and I'm working with Dr. Vidali regarding some more comprehensive testing through Presimune, and excited to have that coming very soon. I'm working with him that we can get it on the table for you guys quickly. And also, which will give you at least a number that says, hey, yes, I am at higher risk of immune stuff. Maybe I do need to be more aggressive with this, or talk to Dr. Kwok Kim, a number of reproductive immunologists like myself that can help. And don't forget laparoscopy, hysteroscopy for endo, adhesions, and things like that. IVF through them, but with the add-ons between, isn't it back in line with other clinics? Again, I don't know what add-ons get to 10 to 13,000, but if you want PGT and those sort of things, Shona, but the basic IVF is less than anyone, and it includes ICSI, hatching, freezing, and a fresh transfer. Plus the monitoring, obviously, some people have coverage for it, but yeah, it's not perfect. But I would say we're still the most affordable in the nation. Let's see. Wendy, ERA recommended after 2. ERA through iGenomics, ERP through Cooper. Yes, I think it is recommended. We might be talking more about ERA, ERP, laparoscopy, or receptiva early on in this process. Let's see. Kirsten Thacker, pediatric cancer survivor, pressing issue in regards to not renewing their. We did, I think, renew our Live Strong, by the way. So we're working on that right now. I don't know what happened. These are things behind the scenes sometimes, but we are working on our post-cancer treatment contract with them. So just a lot of this and patience, and we're going to get you there. And we're still the most affordable for egg harvest and IVF in this country. Let's see. Want true donor egg blast because my uterus is not as perfect shape. Nursing told me it's not against the rules, Tammy, but it's possible to do 2 donor egg blasts. Talk to a provider. It can be done. We recommend 1. Occasionally we'll do 2. Nicole Stroy, MFI is our only issue. With only a sperm count of 9 million, 6 million modal after vasectomy reversal, trying to medicate. I think 6 million modal after could work after a wash. Zymot. Ask about the Zymot. It's a new added way of prepping sperm for either IVF or IUI. We do add $200 to this from the basic IVF and IUI prep. It might be something to look at for an IUI also, by the way. Let's see. Keto carnivore. Let's see. Ishita, yes. Do you still recommend me take any molecular fertility supplements? Like, yes, I think the molecular fertility ovarian bloom, CoQ10, inositol, DHA can be helpful if you have any evidence of DOR, but stay carnivore, keto, and fasting one meal. September, one tube is blocked and OBGYN couldn't confirm the other tube. Have done both laparoscopy and hysteroscopy. You can do a tubal catheterization, but if you're not getting pregnant the standard way, it's either IUI or IVF. Those are the next levels to all of this. 8 at baseline and only 4 mature at retrieval. Trusting the journey. You know, why are people infertile? This is the mystery. How many eggs and mature eggs and embryos do you get? There's not a science that you could say you're gonna get this. There's a window. It goes from getting all mature and none mature. You get all the eggs out of the follicles and none. That's the problem with this whole process. It's very, very unpredictable. It's like the stock market and the rest of our lives, right? HSG performed. NY Cali. Let's see. If someone's missing a cervix, underdeveloped, or would it be impossible? You have to have at least an opening to go through into the uterine cavity. If you have a non-communicating uterus, you can't even get pregnant naturally. And in general, we got to make an opening in one way or another. Know what time embryology is in the Syracuse office until on Sundays. Erica, I don't know what time, usually about anywhere between 10 and noon. They get there early. What's the reason for the question? See if I may be able to help. I am stopping by there on the way to the airport to go see my daughter today. Let's see. Cleavage stage embryos versus blast. Best to pull the blast. Key. I do day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and day 7s. They all can be babies. If your embryos arrest before the blast stage, you should do day 2, 3, or day 4 the most. But if they go to blast, great. I have, like, if you make 4 or fewer, do a day 2, 3, or 4. If you have 5 or more, go to day 5, 6, or 7. But if you have bad sperm, then you'd want to slow it down. Do you know what time? I got that one. Let's see. So let's see. Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Switching back and forth between platforms. So he might be, let's see. Switching back and forth. So let's say I'm going, this here, by the way, is my Instagram. And up here is my Facebook and my YouTube. So that's why I may be going back and forth, because Instagram and can't go on the same platform for whatever reason. Let's see. How many hours after positive OPK should insemination? Anywhere between 12, 24, and 36 hours is that window. Lolash 1, if you're not getting a robust follicle response, do you suggest changing protocols? No endometriosis, AMH 1.08, getting 3 follicles each round. You can go higher dose. I like to do serial stims at a low dose, 10, 220, letrozole 10, 200 of gonal, 20 of HCG. I think that works nice. You can go to 300 or 400 or even 600 units to see if you get more. For some reason, we don't know why some people make more and some may make fewer. That's the mystery to the process. Let's see. But you can try it if it's not working. Let's see. Lindsay, grateful to you. 3-day fresh. I generally recommend the 3-day fresh if you have 4 or fewer embryos, or freeze all and go to frozen embryo transfer. I will do blast day 5, 6, and 7, cleavage day 2, 3, and 4, and we freeze or transfer it all those days, or 5, 6, and 7 again, freeze or transfer all those days, depending on how many embryos now you've done in the past. That can be helpful. Let's see. First cycle canceled due to lack of follicle growth. 225/20. Day of baseline, the new cycle, everything changed from our follow-up app, and they're lowered the dose to 220. and letrozole, still enough change from the first cycle. You might go up to 300, Terry, and see what that does. I tend to do a lot of sequential stims at the lower dose. I see it works. AMH of 23. You got to go longer. You might go 400, by the way, for a few days, Terry, and then drop it down. So 400 for 4 days and then drop down to 200, especially with PCOS and a very high AMH and no HCG, by the way. Just do the gonadotropins with a little letrozole, and you might continue the letrozole at 5 throughout the stim. That can help a lot. Let's see. We do retrievals and transfers in New York, in Albany, Syracuse, and Buffalo, Colorado. And again, we're working on transfers and maybe retrievals in Atlanta later in the year, and Sarasota also. Silvana, HCG can help with sperm, along with the molecular fertility male supplements. LDN, HCG 2,500 units a day, and Clomid 25 or letrozole 2.5, I think, are very helpful. Look great with grade A embryos fail. Trusting the journey. Why do people who look perfectly healthy and normal die of cancer, or become infertile or not conceive when everything looks right? Because IVF isn't the fix-all. It's just another treatment option. IVF helps, but it's not perfect. Is it the implantation environment? Is it the egg, the sperm, the embryo? Those are all the things that are the mystery. That's why I've written my books on the kiltz keto lifestyle and kiltz keto cure, which was the past generation, and the CNY fertility family building guide, to give us all some guidance and ideas. But this is where even a surrogate is offered and used, because we don't know the why part of it. It is inflammation. It is our inappropriate diets and lifestyles. If you haven't learned from me, it's carbs are killers. Plants want to kill us. They contain all the antigenic particles. The bacteria and yeast love to ferment in our bowels, and we're doing too much exercise, too much high intensity exercise, and you need to slow it down and cool it down. Go for a walk. Go for a light bike ride. You can go do some nice, easy stuff, but cool it down and slow it down. That's really the key to this whole life for each and every one of us. You guys doing okay today? It's a beautiful day. Happy Father's Day. It's been a half an hour. I'm going to cut off and go visit my daughter down in Princeton today. Excited about that. Spend some time with your family, your friends, and if you're not a father yet, just visualize that you are, as if you are. And I've been reading so many spiritual texts and positivity. I focus a lot on the mind and how the mind is the master of the body. And check out James Allen, Joseph Murphy, a lot of really great stuff. Talisha from Kentucky. Hello. Always nice to share where you guys are hailing from. A little shout out to everyone: Wisconsin, California, Colorado, Oregon. Let's see, Georgia, Louisiana, Oklahoma. Oh, all of it. And whatever's happening in your life, have faith that there's a greater story and picture to all of it that'll take good care of you. For growth hormone 1 month before, Andrea, let's see, growth hormone a month before. I think the growth hormone is very, very, very helpful, by the way. I use the low dose 3 units, anywhere between 2 weeks and 8 weeks before, along with some estrase prometrium. I think it works really nicely also. Reduce inflammation in your bodies is really, really, really important for all of us, by the way. And our immune system is highly out of whack, right? Our immune system is attacking us, and because we're eating the wrong diet. But I do recommend estrase prometrium, human growth hormone. I don't like the birth control pill, and I don't like just estrase alone. Use estradiol after ovulation the preceding month. I like, again, don't wait for ovulation. start at the beginning of the cycle or beforehand or any time of the cycle, it can help. Do you do assisted hatching with only day 5 blasts? We do assisted hatching with any time we're about to transfer an embryo, unless you say you don't want it. A day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and day 7, all of them. Because today is day 6 for me, waiting to hear. You might not, Erica, hear until tomorrow. Unfortunately, it'll go into your system, but they're trying to they just do their work and they get out of Dodge. It'll go into your system and upload it probably tomorrow before you hear what happens to those day 6s. And we do hold them out to day 7 also, by the way. Taking CoQ10 after retrieval. Jessica, I think CoQ10, the supplements continue, even low-dose naltrexone after retrieval is good. Becky, yes, I'll tell Pilar you send their love. It's hot down south for sure. Conserve your body, your energy. Slow it down. Let's see. La Tundra, 1974. MTHFR positive, C677T, cardiolipin antibody. I'm 46. I've had 10 natural pregnancies, 2 ectopics, and 1 failed frozen transfer, egg donor transfer, miscarriage 6 weeks. Well, this is where, again, the immune system is highly out of whack because of our incorrect lifestyle. I recommend carnivore keto, 1 meal a day, high fat, low to no carbs, no alcohol, caffeine, no coffee, even no tea or very minimal. Water is the drink for the human body, lots of fresh air, and 1 meal a day, and slow it down. And this is where I think level 4 immune protocol may be very helpful. There are such things as phytohemagglutinins. That means the plants contain the particles that cause the agglutination and the blood clotting in our bodies. We're hoping for a beautiful rainbow baby. Let's see, Mr. Perfect. Let's see, considered too thick of a uterine lining for FET. I think over 20, maybe. I've seen 18, 19 to have beautiful babies. I'm not sure we really know the answer to that. But I personally, if at retrieval your lining is 12 to 15, go for it. I think we make a lot of things up in this business that we don't really know the truth. We're making it up, unfortunately. Communicating or non-communicating horn is causing severe sharp pain almost daily. That's where a non-communicating horn, you either make it communicate or get rid of it, unfortunately. But that can absolutely reduce fertility. Fallopian tube flush during egg retrieval. Actually, you can do a PRP wash with high volume during retrieval as an add-on. That might be something to flush it with for sure. All fertility tests a year ago. My consultation appointment, CMI fertility, September. Would I need to redo all the tests? You don't need to redo all the tests, Carla. Salcedo, Woodward. You don't need to repeat all of those things. They can, and you just have to tell the team, I've done them. I don't want to repeat them. I don't want to spend more money. But there may be some things about some hormone tests or vitamin tests for sure. Jay Birch, how you doing? Great team members, by the way. We're human beings. We're all working to do our very best. Human beings make mistakes, and we're working to be better at them every single day for your success. Let's see. Christina Cuetas, cramping since FET on Wednesday. Hello, my understand what may be going on, please. That may be inflammation. That's where I think maybe some Keflex, Levaquin or Flagyl might be helpful. Get checked. But a lot of this cramping is inflammation. Maybe a mild infection. We should be aware of it and think about treating it. Levaquin, Flagyl or Keflex, Valtrex, and Diflucan, at least a dose may be helpful there. COVID vaccine, I recommend it, Carla. Yes, get the vaccine. This is my opinion. You've got to decide for yourself. Is it better to get the vaccine or the virus? And I think overall the vaccine is helpful. Let's see. You guys are good. Thank you. Let's see, Jessica, first listening to you recently following your diet, but have struggled with early 4 to 7 weeks miscarriage. All tests have come back normal. Don't give up. Kiltz's keto carnivore is a kick-ass amazing thing, by the way. Laparoscopy, hysteroscopy, but look at the immune protocol. The unknown, people die of heart disease or cancer and didn't know they had these things because inflammation is microscopic at the molecular cellular level. What you and I don't understand is going to kill us. And this is where I've learned one meal a day. I got rid of coffee, very little tea, very rare alcohol, sips at best. But remember, the amusement park or the temple, which one do you want to be? How are you going to care for this? But the idiopathic losses are all inflammation. So don't feel defeated. Jessica McGill, have faith. Visualize a baby in your arms, whether it's via adoption, donor egg, sperm, embryo, or a gestational carrier, or you simply conceive naturally and deliver a baby naturally. Again, the family building guide is really awesome. Judy Cho, we're going to be putting this as a link on our website so you can get a discount on it. Excited about that. Judy's got some really great, a lot of great information. Oh, and don't forget Marie and Craig Emmerich. We're finishing up our book on the Fertile Feast cookbook edition, and excited about that coming soon. ERA Monday, ERA ERP, ERA iGenomics, ERP Cooper Genomics. Monday, and you prescribe Lovenox Intralipid FET. It's going to help my chances after 2 miscarriages from fresh transfers. It's going to help tremendously. Remember, faith first, food. Remember, Kiltz's keto is the fertile facts of reducing inflammation. And don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Have faith. What factors impact uneven follicular growth? They're naturally uneven. That's just what it is. We don't know why you ovulate only 1 follicle a month. Why do we get more or less in some? And that's the mystery to all this process. We don't know, but it might be worth 2 weeks of estrase, prometrium, HGH, then go right into a stem and freeze all. Again, but if your lining is thin, then you can go for it. All right. Rachel Keys, how you doing? SHE with a history of multiple ectopic pregnancies. HSG is the HSG if the HSG shows open tubes. Hysteroscopy is good. Saline sonogram is good. I recommend the hysteroscopy, maybe a scratch with that, or an ERA, ERP, or the Receptiva DX. Let's see. Beckett 80. Yes, you can ask the nurses, please add the anti-fungal 150 a diflucan weekly for maybe 4 weeks, or just one time is okay. Alyssa, AMH of 6.6, regular 32 to 35 days. So that's not normal, the longer cycles, 25. It's metabolic syndrome, prediabetes, or PCOS most likely. But again, the diagnosis doesn't matter that much. The treatments are Kiltz's keto, LDN, maybe some metformin and or inositol, and the either Clomid, letrozole, trigger shot, intercourse, IUI, or switch to more aggressive IVF. But lifestyle, the mind and the mouth matter to what you put in there. What are you putting in? Again, a little shout out again for Judy Cho's Carnivore Cure, Kiltz's Carnivore Lifestyle, which was, it used to be Dr. Kiltz's Keto Lifestyle, but Kiltz's Carnivore Lifestyles that are also where I'm personally mostly a carnivore, but I do love French fries dipped in mayonnaise and cooked in duck grease. Remember, it's less frequently the carbs. If you're eating like a grazing animal, that's what's going to kill you. I've been using donor eggs. Do you recommend using the supplements? Latundra, 1974. I still think the molecular fertility supplements or the Theralogics, a lot of supplement choices out there for sure. Look at our family building guide. There's a lot of great stuff. And take a look at Zymot for IUI and IVF sperm preps. We're moving to adding that if you wish. The device costs a little extra, so we want to minimize the costs all around, but these are little add-ons, and I don't like to add on these add-ons cost-wise, but if I'm going to work to keep the standard IVF price low, we have to upcharge some of these add-ons. Scratch, the nurses swore I would get a natural period without using Provera, spotted for a day, emailed and called on cycle day 1. Let's see, Courtney Sharpino, you need to get a baseline ultrasound and blood work and then get started. That's what we need. Go through the portal. It's a good way, or email Jay Taylor or R kiltz at CMY Fertility. The global team's amazing, but we've been so overwhelmed, so busy more than ever before. Just try to get a new car these days. Everything takes time, or a new bicycle. Oh my God, it's crazy. Everything takes so much time right now. Let's see. How do they establish communication with a non-communicating horn? Surgically, it's possible to do that, to cut through a septum. It's possible. But if it's a duplex uterus and it's not attached, then it's got to go more likely. Let's see. Myra Beverly, do you think I should do a donor eggs with the low AMH? Option. You can always add them on. We're really grateful to our donor egg team. We're looking to add more team members to our donor egg team, work with recipients and donors from around the country to help on this process of making affordable fertility, again, for everyone. And yes, when you add up the $5,000 for the standard IVF and monitoring, plus the meds at 2 to 3, you're getting up to the 8 to 10,000. But most of those other places are 8 to 10,000 and more just for the IVF without the meds or the add-on. So I still think CNY really is working diligently. Sarasota, Aaron, we're getting down there this next week. I'll be down there next weekend to work on it. Dr. Corley will be back in the office this week and next weekend. And I'll be around on the 4th of July. Everyone, every single day, have faith. Be patient with yourself and others. See the good things that you wish in your life as if they already are and they shall be or better. Check out The Alchemist, The Secret. Check out The Mind is the Master by James Allen or Joseph Murphy's books on mindfulness. There's so many great writers that you can listen to and watch every day that you can improve your life, no matter the challenges you're having. We all have challenges. We all have problems. Oh my gosh. Problems in the nature of being alive. And I always say dead people have none. I will stop by and say hi to my parents at the Lake View Cemetery. I speak with them every day, constantly. They're in my mind, in my life, sharing, giving me little words of support. And know that we never die. We're always alive infinitely in spirit. So don't lose that, my friends. Need to be trilaminar for success. Mr. Perfect. Or no, your lining does not need to be a triple lining for success. I've seen homogeneous, successful ultrasounds aren't perfect either. There's some things about your uterus and lining that may be a factor. Hey, cowgirl, how you doing? Impact uneven follicular growth. Again, we don't understand exactly what that is. There's some inhibitors of most of the follicles in the uterus that don't allow you to ovulate all of your follicles in the first month of ovulation when you're a teenager. And so we don't understand and we don't know how to unlock that. But, let's say you want 5 to 20 eggs. Well, we don't control that completely. Even low doses make 20 eggs or high doses make 5 eggs. That's the craziness. Saline or HSG, uterine septum that wasn't found on saline ultrasound, but then was found on hysteroscopy, cause of miscarriage. A septum found on a hysteroscopy could be, if it's not seen on saline or sonogram, at the hysteroscopy and a laparoscopy, looking for endo, looking for adhesions, all of these things could be helpful. Does working night shift affect hormone levels? We're not meant to work night shifts, right? The sun goes down. We're meant to go down, right? That's why I recommend my one meal at night, rest and digest, lots of restfulness, meditation, prayer, and faith is the key. But we don't understand why so many follicles develop in some people, not in others. to continue egg retrieval cycle without follicles. My doc said he will stimulate with drugs like HCG. Egg retrieval cycle without follicles. Yes. So if you don't have follicles at baseline, they don't show up sometimes until you do the stimulation. That's really the key. Embryo transfer Friday in Colorado. Awesome. Trayvon Graves. God bless you guys. Thank you for sharing your words. Dr. Fink, Dr. Magarelli. We're hoping to add to the team in Colorado and Syracuse, Albany, and Buffalo. Dr. D'Souza and Dr. Chang are really helpful and rocking and rolling. Dr. D'Souza is doing transfers now. Soon we'll be doing retrievals to help Dr. Chang. We're hopeful to get that building a little bit bigger in Buffalo, but I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe I'll put a trailer in the back and see how that works. 4 donor eggs, and we'll use mine also. Do you think is my percentage? 100% success. That's always my motto in life. 100% successful. The outcome will be the outcome. You must see it as that which is meant to be. And then if it doesn't work in the way you thought it should, well, keep going, shift it up, do something differently, but don't give up or give it up. Remember, the great creator is in all our lives. The more we can give it up to him or her or it or whatever it is at CNY Fertility, no matter your size, shape, age, weight, gender description, relationship description, or color of your skin, we are here to help take care of you. When we can all look at each other with love and acceptance, the better. And remember, look at yourself with love and acceptance every single day. Trip, and it would be cycle day 7 to 12. Wait until next month, or could I space out my ultrasounds until back? You might be able to coordinate, wait till you're back, but go on your trip, go enjoy, come back. In the meantime, kiltz is keto, 1 meal a day, even when you're traveling. But at least that 1 meal a day, your body doesn't need more calories. Calories are absolutely matter in all of this. Less calories, less consumption, and more health and wellness for our amazing Ferraris and miracle machines. Let's see. Mary Noah, Scott, go for it. PGT testing, I did. PGT testing is an option, and you have to recognize that no testing in medicine is 100% accurate. It's an option, but it's an add-on. You're going to pay a premium to add on PGT testing versus transferring an embryo and see what happens. In my opinion, that's one of the great ways. Now, we work closely with Cooper Genomics on PGT. It's not perfect, but it's an option for you guys. Able to have you, Myrna, in September, Myra, I'm there most of the time. I'm sometimes in Sarasota or Colorado or Albany or Atlanta, but I'm here always to guide and direct the team to help them do and be better. Underweight affect fertility. Being underweight, like being overweight, is just a sign of maybe some inflammatory processes are off. Add the fat, but overweight and underweight isn't the cause of disease. It's the inflammatory process that's happening in our bodies. Anorexics die quickly because they don't contain enough fat in their body. Fat is the fuel for our body, always. Mitochondria require acetyl-CoA from fatty acids. Sugar is not the energy for our body. It must be converted to fat. Simple as that. Let's see. Nicole, I need your positivity too, by the way. I love the selfies, the photos, the hugs. And yes, we're still wearing the mask in our offices. And we're going to continue to protect each and every one of you guys and every one of our team members in every way we can. So know we're all working together on that. Again, thanks for your shout out. Dr. Corley is a positive guy. Dr. Lutheringer, Dr. Kondrup, Dr. Ditkoff and Grossman. We're really grateful. Dr. Werner Neuhauser has been joining us in our Albany office, coming from Boston. Excited to have him as a part-time team member. We're looking for some other team members to help in the process so you can work with your OBGYN. Oh, Dr. Ivanov in Philadelphia. We're really working to get that up and rocking and rolling. We'll be doing IUIs there, monitoring the whole works to make a more accessible and affordable process. And thank you, Mercedes, for the shout out on Happy Father's Day. I feel very blessed to be a father, even though I don't get a chance to see my daughter very frequently, but I send her love every day and she sends it right back. Let's see. It was ongoing electrosol, HCG, Centratide, J-Ra, bacon. Hello, retrieve 7 eggs. Okay, so the word only, get rid of it. We retrieved 7 eggs, and those are the eggs that will hopefully create an embryo. I've always get this. Well, we don't always, because that isn't the case in fertility in anything. Always. There's always a spattering of numbers. The why part of it, we don't know. What's going on in your body? What did you put in your body? Maybe we need to change up the protocol and procedure. These are all parts of the process. It's very imperfect, and unfortunately, there's not a guarantee that you'll get eggs, sperm, an embryo, or a baby out of this. Unfortunately, we want to make it better. We're doing our very best, and each and every time we make a recommendation, but it's not perfect. Remember, people get cancer therapy and don't survive. The why part of it, that's our mystery to this. All diseases are such a mystery to us in medicine. But if you read my kiltz Keto Lifestyle or Living Your Best Life, I love to write and share ideas. I kind of dictate them, and my team members help me edit them and put them out there. Really excited about it. Being underweight affect fertility. So again, it's not the weight that causes the disease, but it's something about the inflammatory process. Maybe you don't have enough fat on your body that's able to fuel your hormones enough. That is a big factor. Our hormones are made of cholesterol. Cholesterol comes from fat, from the liver or the fat you eat. But if you're not eating fat, remember, keto and paleo are high fat, low carb diets. If you do a standard diet, it actually turns out to be a low fat, high carb diet. We're not eating enough fat, and fat is lard and tallow and ghee and butter and cream. Oils come from plants. Atlanta, do transfers. Jabel, I'm working with Dr. V to get that to happen, and at least doing frozen transfers. Ship the frozens with one embryologist, at least do Monday through Friday. That's what we're working on. We're hopefully going to get to retrievals down there, but we have some details to work on. Always details, right? All right, about 5 minutes left. Thank you for the Happy Father's Day message. And look in the mirror and see a perfect specimen in front of you, and give love to that specimen every single day, and have faith that the baby's coming. If what you're doing isn't working, dig deep. And what are you putting in the mind? What are you putting in the mouth? How are you moving the body? Too much exercise, by the way, heats up the core, heats up the eggs and the sperm and the uterine environment. It's damaging for your conception. Let's see. Human growth hormone, 3 units in prime, 6 in stim. I think it really is helpful. Excuse me. So there's lots of different ways. Ceravital, Somaderm, through, I think Amazon gets the Ceravital. Dr. Maggs loves to use that. But again, we're looking at lots of new and different ideas in the process. Lots of patience, love, and kindness every single day, right? Infinite times a day. One meal, maybe a snack. I get a nap in there. Remember, we need to rest more. During the day, I'll take a 5-minute, 10-minute meditative nap. It really is helpful. And then infinite meditative, mindful moments a day. It's always to look in the mirror, but look around you and see God within everyone. Everyone, God is there. All right, 42, Leslie, how you doing? Getting pregnant when I was in the 30s. Of course, now you're in your 40s. Tubes were tied in. Second husband has never had any kids. What would we do, and what are our chances? Your chances are excellent. But again, it's lower than when you were 30, now at 42. But if you do nothing, what are your odds? Let's say 0 with the tubal ligation. A reversal is going to bump your odds, and IVF is going to bump your odds. The per cycle delivery rates may be in the 10 to 20% at most. but that's better than zero, right? Is it worth the money, the emotions, and the physical struggles through the process? Only you can decide that one. But doing nothing, remember, you know what you're getting. But again, it's a miracle that we're even here having this conversation. Look at it. We have these devices. We can communicate from everywhere in the world. We are blessed and lucky every day. But remember, a little bit of this and a lot of this is really the key. Worth it at the end. Yes, to take estrace with Femara, prepping for a frozen. I do a lot of estrace, Femara, 2.5 letrozole, estrace during the priming part of preparation of the lining, then add the progesterone, then you could stop the letrozole. But I do a lot of letrozole because letrozole enhances the implantation. Those little sticking points, which are glycans. If you look at the glycocalyx or the glycobiome, my opinion, sugar is necessary for glycation, glycosylation. Amino acids are necessary for that and for protein building, where fatty acids are important for cellular building, but most of all, it's the energy for the mitochondria and nothing else. Second failed transfer. I'm headed into the third one. I recommend 10 twice a day, Elizabeth, maybe even 15 twice a day. And this is where higher dose steroids, Neupogen, Plaquenil start prior to the transfer, start of estrace or the cycle, and IVIG and Humira. And need be is to look at the immune testing and see my fertility is going to be working with Dr. Vidali and offering the pre testing for reproductive immunology, and excited about that. You guys are good? Lots of love, faith, patience, kindness, and remember, today and every day, take care of yourself, your mothers, your fathers, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your relatives, and even your neighbors, and even those things that we call enemies, because they're all within us. Every day, go slow and have faith in God's way. That's it. Easy, right? All right. 2 minutes. Let's see. Did I get everyone? Thanks for the shout outs on our staff members. Estradiol, the month before stimulation using growth hormone. Andrea, I like to use estrace 2 milligrams to 4 milligrams, prometrium 200 to 400 milligrams with the human growth hormone the month prior, then go right into a stimulation. If you're doing a frozen, you don't have to get a period. You get a baseline. If your lining is thick and you're going to do a fresh transfer, then stop and have a period. If you're going to do a frozen, it doesn't matter. So it's stuff that I'm working with my team members that we really develop an idea. And then remember, the HCG in Menopur comes from HCG. So whether you're using a gonal Menopur, Follistim Menopur, or simply a gonal or Follistim with low-dose HCG, they all work really great. Just go up on the gonadotropins. I recommend the letrozole. I recommend the Lupron trigger for everyone. And if you're at a low risk for OHSS, add some HCG to the process. Goes for his extraction on 24th. What do you recommend for us to do next? See, Coco Chanel. Love Coco Chanel. Well, this is where, again, look at the guide, CNY Family Building Guide. I think it's really helpful. And change your lifestyle. Freeze the eggs and then freeze the sperm, and then go for a stimulation. PCOS, metabolic syndrome, I do a lot of 10, 220, and a trigger with Lupron, and or maybe a little bit of HCG, but always recognize hyperstimulation is a risk to the process. We're working to minimize it, but also maximize getting your best eggs, sperm, and embryos. Keisha, the cost of an IVF cycle for mini or standard is the same. It's the medications that are different. We've seen the lower dose protocols have as many or more eggs in the process. So that's the kind of the mystery to this whole process, by the way. Okay. It's 11 o'clock. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you next Sunday, but I think I'm going to be in the evening next Sunday, and maybe I'll do something during the week. I'm really excited. Maybe I'll do a little short one from the Sarasota office to share some thoughts and ideas. But again, thank you so much. I think the ERA, ERP are both, they're both ERA and ERP are basically the same. It's just a different company doing the testing, but they're both the same. I recommend both of them or either one of them for everyone. God bless. I'll see you guys again sometime during the week, and do a shout out. I'm in Syracuse Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday surgery, and down to Sarasota to do some work. God bless. Always around. Take care, everyone.